There's certainly a lot of ways they could take Spider-Man 3, and a lot of ways they could not, considering there's some pieces that were set up in Homecoming that now seem a little bit irrelevant, but there's characters at play that might be coming back. So at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming, Adrian Toomes, aka the Vulture, knows that Spider-Man is Peter Parker. He's then in jail, and we see that he's there with Scorpion. Now, Scorpion was set up earlier in the film, and obviously we're expecting him to come back somewhere down the road. And recently, the director of Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home, John Watts, specifically talked about these expectations. And while he didn't go into all the detail we would want him to, and obviously he's got to keep a lot of it a secret, and he doesn't even know a lot of it himself, considering he hasn't even really sat down and started writing a script, you can kind of understand that he was apprehensive to talk about the exact direction they're taking the film in, since Far From Home is still fresh, but he did say that he's interested in those two villains, and he said that these characters are still out there, and now that the secret is out, how are they going to react to it? And this is one of those things where I think he's laying down the expectation without confirming everything, because at any moment they could bring in the Scorpion. They could bring back the Vulture, but it's dependent on the story they want to tell. And certainly if they're going to be revealing his identity to the public, it stands to reason that somehow things are all going to get brought up. Was Spider-Man the ultimate bad guy? Did he end up framing some of these other dudes? Jameson's sure gonna paint it that way. So you're gonna have to explore these elements and these facets of the MCU and Spider-Man's life. And at the same time, using a villain like Scorpion and Vulture, if you're gonna build up the Sinister Six, to me this makes a whole lot of sense. And at the same time, just looking at it that way, there's already that expectation. But at the same time, they don't have to bring him back, right? We've had Vulture's story. It's pretty complete. Shocker, that guy's still out there. Tinker, he's still out there. Scorpion, we haven't seen him, but maybe we'll get him back. And it would kind of stand to reason that maybe somebody's going to give him a pretty cool suit. Like, hey, that dude that locked you up, you know who he is now. Everybody knows who he is. Want this suit? Why don't you go stab him with your tail? Man, I can't wait to see how the Scorpion suit's going to look in live action. That's going to be ridiculous and sweet.